Allahu Akbar. That is a bid'ah. I'm saying an example for that. The takbir is supposed to be Allahu Akbar, Hajj, Jazm, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, not Allahu Akbar. This is the haram, you hear it? Fortunately, the person repeating behind the Imam, that's how he does it. And the people, according to the melody, they do. Allahu Akbar, standing up. Allahu Akbar, that means it's a tashahhud, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's the first or second, that means, yeah, sit down. Allahu Akbar, stand up. That's the people. So if I said, for example, now, for these people, Allahu Akbar, and I'm just in the second rak'ah I'm going up, most of them will be sitting down, because they'll, oh, hang on a second, this is the melody for what? Sitting down, not standing up. Or maybe the worst one, which is, in the second rak'ah, I'm going to sit down now for tashahhud. So I said, Allahu Akbar, they won't sit down, they'll stand up. Because the people are not really with the prayer, they're with the melody. That's the people, subhanallah. Hopefully, inshallah, our masajid is not like that. Now,
the apparent meaning of the hadith that states that a ma'moom should do ruku' after the imam does so.
Ma'moom is the follow of the imam.
That is after the imam bends completely or after he commences in it, and the ma'moom should not delay his ruku' till the imam is about to rise from it. And then the former does it so quickly and follows the same manner in the rest of his salah. Whoever does so has not achieved the state of the rest of his salah. Whoever does so has not achieved the state of tuma'nina, which is the calmness and reassurance, for he is always afraid of losing part of his salah.
Right, so we don't want to delay so much as well, that he says Allahu Akbar, and he's still waiting, so the imam goes to the ruku', and he's still waiting, Sami Allahu liman hamid, now you're going to the ruku', so you're always losing out, and you're catching up with the imam. That's not good as well. Whether it's racing the imam, or delaying too much for the imam, this is not from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Imam Ahmad said,
the imam is indeed recommended to fear Allah Azza wa Jal, for he is the guarantor of other salah, and should do salah calmly. Allah Azza wa Jal indeed guides to that which is right. Imam Ahmad rahimahullah said, the imam is indeed the one who should advise those who follow him in salah to follow him in ruku' and sujood, and not to precede him or do the acts of salah simultaneously with him. The imam should teach these rulings to people leniently and kindly, for he is held responsible for them in this world and will be called to account regarding them on the hereafter. The imam has indeed the more reason to do his salah perfectly and in a good manner. Doing so, he would be granted a reward equal to that granted to whoever does salah behind him if he performs it perfectly. On the other hand, he would get sins equal to that of those who do it improperly if he himself does so.
Wallahi, these are golden words from Imam Ahmad. For the imams, this is something to learn from. Why is it that our imams, unfortunately, except for those, mashaAllah, that they have never addressed the people regarding these issues? They never, for example, had the time just to turn to the people, to say to the people, fear Allah. So you have to be with tranquility behind me. You can't race me and you can't delay the prayer. If he sees a mistake in the people, that he would address it and will rectify the situation. That's the imam which is a successful imam, and that's the imam where the people wants to pray behind and they love him so much. But if the imam is just basically is coming to the prayer, does his salah and goes home, doesn't do anything, no teaching, this is not just the job of the imam. The imam is called imam, the leader. He's the head of the state. Nobody's allowed to talk while he's in his presence. So he is the one who is in this masjid to be the leader. He is the Khalifa. Nobody is allowed to talk without his permission. Even if there's a king, he can't talk without the permission of the imam. And in the prayer, definitely, we are to be following the imam. Whether we are a king or just somebody who is normal, we have to follow the imam in everything that he says. So whether he make a takbir, even if he, for example, made a mistake and went to the fifth rak'ah and we said subhanallah, and yet he did not listen, he thought something else, we have to follow him and go behind him even if it's the fifth rak'ah. We know that it's a mistake, but we can't do anything apart from following the imam. So the imam has got a task on his hand. It's a big task. It says here that he will have the reward of those people who pray behind him if he's all the time addressing these issues. And he will have the sin of those people who pray wrongly and he does not address that issue. Right? Now look at the story here, which is a story of Sa'id ibn Musayyib, one of the great scholars of the era of the tabi'un, the followers. Na'am.
The following authentic event shows our reader how keen were the Salaf not to precede the Imams in Salah, considering the one who does so as a thief and a traitor. Ibn Kathir said, Al-Hajjaj ibn Yusuf once performed Salah near Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib before the former was appointed as an Amir on any of the Islamic states while doing Salah. While doing Salah, Al-Hajjaj used to raise his head from ruku' before the Imam does, and do sujood before the Imam does. Having recited Taslim, Sa'id took hold of Al-Hajjaj's clothes till he finished the adhkar he used to recite after Salah. In the meantime, Al-Hajjaj was trying to pull his clothes out from Sa'id's hands. Having finished all this adhkar, Sa'id addressed Al-Hajjaj saying, O stealer, O traitor, do you perform your Salah in such a manner? I was about to hit your face with a slipper. Al-Hajjaj went away, saying no word. Later on, Al-Hajjaj performed Hajj, went back to Asham, then was appointed as a deputy for the Amir of Al-Hijaz. He then went back to Medina as a deputy after killing Abdullah ibn Zubayr. Upon entering the mosque at Al-Madinah, Al-Hajjaj noticed Sa'id teaching his students. He headed towards him. People felt afraid that he would do evil to Sa'id, but he sat before him and asked him, Are you the one who said such and such words to me on that day? Hitting him with his hand on his chest, Sa'id answered,
Hitting him?
Hitting him with his hand on his chest.
No. Sa'id is hitting himself. Hitting Sa'id is saying like this. Which translation was it?
Hitting him with his hand on his chest, Sa'id answered in the affirmative. Al-Hajjaj then said, May Allah Azza wa Jal reward you with the best of rewards, O you good teacher. Since then I have never done Salah, but I remember them. Then he stood up and away he went.
What did he say? What did he think?
Are you the one who said such and such words to me that day?
Yeah, that means he's saying, hitting him, but who's him here?
Himself.
It could be himself, yeah. So this is the story of Al-Hajjaj. Al-Hajjaj is a man who was a tyrant leader, whom the scholars, they said, like Imam al-Dhahabi, who we got used to his very nice words and very kind words, even in the most evil people. Yet when he says their biography, he does not choose except for the soft words. But when it came to Hajjaj, he couldn't hold himself from saying big words. He said, we hate him, and we don't love him. We hate him for the sake of Allah. And then he narrated a number of issues regarding this person. That one of them is that one of the scholars had said, if we brought the whole people before Allah to make the biggest evil or any evil that they think of, and put it in one scale, we brought Hajjaj on the other scale, Hajjaj will be even more wicked. That's how wicked he was. He used to kill the scholars. And that is why Asma radiyallahu anha, the sister of Aisha, the mother of Abdullah ibn Zubayr and Urwa ibn Zubayr, Abdullah ibn Zubayr was killed in the hands of Al-Hajjaj. She said that the Prophet ﷺ told us that there will be two people coming out from Bani Thaqif. One which is a liar, and one who is a blood sucker, or the blood shedder, one sheds blood, killer, assassin. And I think you are the one who's assassin whom the Prophet ﷺ talked about. And not only that, which is Hasan al-Basri said that regarding the evil, but not only that, the scholars used to say so many things bad about the person. Al-Hajjaj, he was a tyrant leader, but yet it doesn't mean he was unjust in everything. In this story, we see that Sa'id ibn Musayyib radiyallahu anhu taught the man something before he became a deputy and before he became a leader. He taught him something, that he was racing the Imam in the prayer. So after they finished the prayer, Sa'id ibn Musayyib has got special remembrance to Allah to do. So, for example, astaghfirullah, man tassalam, kassalam. He would like to finish that before he talks to anybody. So in the meanwhile, that person, which is Al-Hajjaj, wanted to leave. So he took hold of his garment. So Al-Hajjaj is pulling his garment and Sa'id ibn Musayyib holding it. He won't let go, no, not holding, until he finishes adhkar. Then he said to him, you thief, you traitor. You are the worst thief, because the worst of thieves, as the Prophet ﷺ said,